35,000 Ukrainian troops back from the United States, Canada.
Douglas McGregor, he's a decorated combat veteran, the author of 5 books, a PhD, a defensive foreign policy strategist, a brilliant guy who knows the reality of combat on the ground, but also the theory of war and foreign policy. And we appreciate Colonel McGregor taking time to join us. Welcome, Douglas McGregor.
Thanks, Chris.
So I want to get right to it. We've talked with other folks who share similar opinions as you and I do, or at least have healthy skepticism about what's going on in Ukraine and what it means for the United States. I'd like to get your assessment right now of the current state of affairs, the situation on the ground in Ukraine. There's been a lot of talk about a spring offensive. What does that mean? And where do we go? What does success look like in the United States?
Music composition just got a whole lot more intuitive with Captain Plug.
That's a great question. I think that's a question that was not asked in January of 2022 when the decisions were made to do the things we've done. We have to keep in mind that we're at the end of several stages in this conflict on the Russian side. The Russians have now completed their mobilization of 300,000 reservists plus 80,000 additional volunteers. They brought all of their regular forces up to full strength. Their armaments factories are operating 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, producing all the ammunition and new equipment that they need. In fact, I would argue the current Russian army is infinitely better today and more capable today than it was obviously over a year ago. And we have ourselves to thank for that. And that's going to continue to include the long-term plans that are being discussed right now. Because right now we can expect an even larger force, probably 1 million to 1.2 billion, and a much more aggressive force capable of offensive warfare on a scale that we haven't seen certainly since the Second World War. So everyone has miscalculated now. The Ukrainians